After a bad Monday, we flipped the script on Tuesday. The free MLB plays I gave you finished with a 3-2 record. As far as the premium picks are concerned, which were shared to our exclusive group of savvy sports investors who signed up at mjpicks.com, we obtained 4 winning bets versus 1 that lost. You can see what those plays were on your screen as I am speaking. Let's shoot for another batch of 5 baseball betting picks for today, alright? Let's cross our fingers that my in-depth analyses lead us to more gains on Wednesday. Let's start with a play that fits under the snapped losing streak number 2 betting system. What are the system's rules? Let me explain. Suppose that you have a team playing at home with a money line that's better than minus 200 in American format, which means the line is greater than 1.50 in decimal format. In other words, the home club is not a big favorite. Then you need to bet against that team if they are coming off a win after losing at least 4 in a row, and if they are squaring off against the same opponent once more today. Let's focus on the Oakland A's for a moment. I picked them last night to snap their 9-game losing skid, and they did accomplish that task. Since they are indeed at home, they are not big favorites, and they are facing the same club as yesterday, then according to the snap losing streak number 2 betting angle, we've got to fade the Ace. That's why my first MLB pick for June 19 goes to the Kansas City Royals to win straight up. I know the odds are a bit low and unexciting, but a gain is a gain, right? I think we have some value here. Cole Ragans has been nothing short of spectacular this season. Except 2 ugly starts where he gave up 7 runs, he has been very dominant on the mound. Meanwhile, Luis Medina was dreadful last year with a 5.42 ERA. He got off to a good start in 2024 by allowing just 1 run to the Braves. However, in his next 2 starts, he allowed 6 runs to the Blue Jays and 4 runs to the Twins. The Royals are in the midst of a tough stretch, so they clearly won't take Oakland lightly. I think the Royals will dismantle the A's tonight, so that represents my first betting tip for today. Before I move on to the next pick, let me issue a warning. The most astute gamblers among you may notice that the St. Louis Cardinals also qualify under the snap losing streak number 2 betting strategy. However, for various reasons, I hate that pick. Just like the Royals, their line is also fairly low, but the level of risk seems higher. We don't know what to expect from Yoni Chirinos, and I'm not a big fan of Kyle Gibson. Maybe the Cards will cruise and win this game easily, but to me it's not worth the risk. Let's go with the second betting pick after this quick break. For the second straight day, I am grabbing the New York Mets moneyline. That's my second pick of the day. According to the line, this is a toss-up. Both hurlers are of equal strength. In fact, their numbers are surprisingly similar. To me, both of them are slightly below average. However, everything is going New York's way these days, and Texas is on a downward trend after dropping 10 of their past 14 contests. Moreover, the Mets are supported by the comeback betting angle, which goes like this. Bet any team that won its last game after trailing by a margin of at least 4 runs at some point during the game. Make the bet only if their moneyline today is better than minus 175 and if they are clashing with the same club as the previous day. Yesterday, the Mets were down by 6-2 score through 5 innings. They stormed back to get a 7-6 win. They are not big favorites today, and they are in fact playing against those same Rangers. So for all of these reasons, I am taking a stab on the Mets to finish their 3-game sweep over the Rangers. Pick number 3 goes to Kyle Gibson from the St. Louis Cardinals to record over 4.5 strikeouts against the Marlins. Gibson has exceeded the 4.5 threshold in each of his past 4 starts. Also, the Cards had to use their bullpen a little more than normal yesterday since the game went into extra innings, and Lance Lynn threw 5 1/3 innings. That might entice the manager to leave Gibson on the mound a little bit more. My mathematical model also believes this is a strong bet. Since this model has helped us to pick up a 55-38 record on player proposition bets this season, which translated into a 7.9% ROI, I've got to pay attention to it. Let's wrap up this video with picks 4 and 5 after another super quick break. The savviest viewers among you may remember the following observation that I made in a few earlier videos. During the past 3 seasons, when a team qualified simultaneously under the Hot Bats number 1, the Hot Bats number 2, and the Cold Team versus Hot Team matchup betting systems, it had a huge tendency to lose. More precisely, such teams posted a 6-23 record for a minus 59.7% ROI. Again, that covers the past 3 years, so we are talking about a long period of time. Guess what? Today we have a team under this situation, the Rays. For this reason, we should strongly consider betting their opponents, the Twins. And let's make Minnesota my 4th baseball pick for today, June 19. Again, we end up backing a team whose odds are relatively low. That's odd, because I'm not a big fan of doing so, but at some point you've got to listen to what the numbers are telling you to do. To be honest, this may be the pick that I like the least. Taj Bradley can be great at times. He struck out 11 batters against the Cubs in his last outing. The good news though is that we have Joe Ryan on our side. He is also very reliable. After losing 5 games in a row, Minnesota has bounced back with an 8-1 record recently. Meanwhile, the Rays hold a 3-8 record over the past 11 contests, so they are reeling. I might give it a small shot. The Twins have presented a 21-8 record at home after starting out just 2-6 at Target Field. They feel very comfortable in their stadium, to say the least. Let's go with an underdog with our 5th pick of the day, shall we? I am taking the Chicago White Sox minus half a run for the first 5 innings of the game against Houston. In short, I think the White Sox will lead through the first 5 frames of this contest. The associated odds are around plus 130 in American format or 2.30 in decimal odds. Hunter Brown gets the nod for the Astros. He posted a bad 5.09 ERA last year. He's been outstanding since May 1st, as shown by his 2.58 ERA since that date. While Brown has done solid work, let's put things in perspective a little bit. During this good stretch, he faced the Angels, the Mariners, and the Tigers, each on 2 occasions. We are talking about below-average offenses. He still did his job, so I'm not saying he's bad. But I think he could get back to earth and go through a bad outing today. Meanwhile, we can't say enough good things about Garrett Crochet. His 0.90 whip statistic is simply mind-boggling. He's been a revelation for the White Sox this season, and I want to make full use of his presence on the mound by taking Chicago with the run line for the first half of the game. So, to recap, I am making the following 5 bets. The Royals to win straight up in Oakland. The Mets to pick up an 8th consecutive win. Kyle Gibson to rack up at least 5 strikeouts in Miami. The Twins to defeat the Rays. And finally, the White Sox minus half a run during the first 5 innings against the Astros. Would you like even more MLB picks? Simply click the Join button below this video and sign up for the Silver level. By doing so, you will get a pick on every single game. I'm Professor MJ. Have a great day!